Visiting Pushkar is to visit one of the holiest pilgrimage sites for Hindus in India. It's one of those rare and few places in the world that dedicates a temple to the Hindu god Brahma. Right, so you want to know the reason. The reason comes as a paradox. The creator of the universe and gods, Brahma, was cursed himself. By who? Well, there are many stories around that too. But then, when there are 1 million people, 1 million stories and more is a way of life. The belief: taking a dip in Pushkar Lake during the full moon night of the Kartik month amidst the presence of 1 million gods and goddesses believed to be present here during this time will rid you of all sins and give you a place in heaven. The reality: sadhus from the Himalayas descend here. Cattle, camel and horses travel thousands of miles to get traded here. And a zillion tourists and photographers come here to join this big Indian carnival. You couldn't ask for a more spiritually cleansing travel experience than this. For the world, Pushkar is a slice of Indian life at its best. For the craving onlooker to experience just a bit of the faith that drives millions in this land.
Welcome to Pushkar.
The sleepy town of Pushkar comes alive for these 5 days every year with bright colors and the buzz of village trade. The road to the annual religious and cattle fair is itself an interesting journey. Pushkar is 14 kilometers from Ajmer in Rajasthan, easily accessible from the Jaipur highway. A taxi ride from Jaipur takes about 4 hours, covering about 130 kilometers. Cattle nudging for space next to kneeling camels in rundown tempos travel from far-off villages with no knowledge of what the future has in store for them. By the time the Mela draws to a close, the domestic beings could have changed owners, be taken to a different village, or be cursed for not bringing in the expected sum of money. Spotless white horses are among the favorites at the Mela, both for display and sale. The horses fetch anywhere between 500,000 rupees to a cool 2.5 million. Based on fixed parameters such as color, height, weight, eyes, skin, and of course the X factor. Camels dot the desertscape with owners clinging to the dangling nooses and are sold for about 50,000. Through the day, the fair is abuzz with busyness. Villagers trading in implements, cosmetics, jewelry, sickles, and even swords. Many take home sugarcane from this Mela. This is no ritual, but simply because sugarcane is sold cheap at this fair. Riding on the back of a camel is the best way for you to see the fair because you're above the crowd and get the most amazing views of all the energy around. In fact, you might feel like you're on a float at a parade. If you attend this fair, we recommend that you hire a camel driver and guide to escort you to this event. The people here have such dazzling smiles and radiate so much joy and love. You will see snake charmers, puppet shows, dancing, fire eaters, magicians, and tightrope walkers, and walk past hundreds of stalls where people are selling and buying everything under the sun. Women are generally dressed in beautiful jewel-colored saris with gold necklaces and bangles, and many of the men wear colorful turbans. Foreigners show little hesitation in getting pulled into one of the many celebrations and mix freely with the locals, sport colorful attire, and even dance and compete together. The scorching sun beats down heavily on the sea of people winding their way through the narrow streets of Pushkar. The locals, acclimatized to the desert, let the sun further tan their already sunned faces. The foreigners clutch mineral water bottles and sport trendy sunglasses to counter the harsh heat. It's quite a sight to see two different worlds that converge here. Make sure to catch the orange sun on the dusty horizon, as the cool evening air creates the perfect spiritual mood. To truly understand this event, you must attend. The sound, the energy, and the excitement cannot be captured on film. The air is totally electric, and the entire town is completely alive. It is an unending riot of colors, rituals, traditions, celebrations, bazaars, camels, and folk art performances. One can't help but wonder the magic behind Pushkar, where the holy beggar, the stray dog, and the foreign tourist coexisted with such elan. It is the zest for life amidst adversity in a harsh desert environment that captures the Indian spirit, which has always enamored people from around the world.